did you felt like you had to step up because of the home runs in your past? Did you say, well, I would have to hit more because the team is not hitting more? Did you ever felt that way last year?
Oh, I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't try to take some of that and put it on my shoulders. Right. But you really got to try to steer clear of that, and because the harder you try to do stuff like that, the worse off it gets. And so last year was a learning experience. I didn't feel like I lived up to my own expectations for myself, and it was a learning experience of being with a new city, being with a new team.
Oh, yeah.
And so you try to take that and try to learn from it and try to become better by it. And this season I have higher expectations for myself than I did last year. And I'm going to do everything I can to try to meet those expectations.
Well, I'm sure you were happy for some of your friends in Philadelphia.
I'd probably be a little upset if I didn't have a World Series ring myself.
That's right. But I think you will. You will.
Yeah. Well, I've got one already, so
you
with the White Sox. So
you're right.
So I was happy for those guys, and no, that's all right. I was excited for those guys because a lot of those guys are real close friends to me still, and it was exciting to see them get to go through and experience something special as that.
And you picked up a White Sox teammate in the past. Juan Uribe is with the Giants now. And, and then they talk about Joe Crede, and who knows? I mean, there's talk. We'll have to see. But I mean, it's a great team. Looks like a good team base. You got veterans, a lot of young guys, and you got a strong pitching. Yep. I mean, hey, I've seen World Series teams with that kind of arsenal.
Yeah, and we had like I said, last year was a learning experience not only for myself but for a lot of guys, a lot of the younger guys. It was a growing experience, and we're going to be better by it this year. And having played most of those guys all playing together and spending a lot of time together, you create that rapport and those bonds, and you can grow together as a team. And I think we did a lot of growing last year. So going into this season, I think we're going to be a lot better off than we were last year this time of the year. And
I agree.
And we're all really excited about getting going and getting down to spring training so we can try to win some ball games.
Aaron, you set an example for the younger players. They think they look to you because you were crashing into walls, catching balls. We all know about that great catch when you were a member of the Philadelphia Phillies. They look to you like you're so much of a gamer. Whereas diving for a ball, you got hurt in the very opening week with the Dodger Stadium. With the ball, you rolled over the ball. You played with ribs that's cracked, and they see that in you, and that you're a good inspiration for the younger players. I want to say that to you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's just something I was lucky enough to have the right people teaching me how to play the game the right way from the time I was young, and the competition of the game is what drives anybody and any professional athlete. And I enjoyed playing the game just as much as, if not more than a lot of people, and I like playing the game that way. So it's not a chore really for me to go out and try and play the game that way.
You still have fun, Aaron?
Oh, I love it.
I have a son, Aaron, too, by the way.
Well, I'm blessed to be able to do this every day.
Oh, you're good at it. One final question: where do you look at the Giants in the National League West? San Diego stayed fast. Arizona's Dodgers are spinning the wheels. Giants are making more deals than anyone else in the West. Where do you see the Giants coming up this year?
Well, you know what? We got as good of a chance as anybody in this division to win it, and with the pitching, that's where it all starts. And to have the staff, we're lucky enough to have the staff that we do, the bullpen that we do now, and there's no reason we can't go out there and win some ball games and compete for the title.
Any individual goals for Aaron Rowand this year?
Win a World Series.
There you go. All right, Aaron Rowand.
All right.
Thank you. God bless you.
No problem.
Aaron Rowand, because we have a new acquisition member of the San Francisco Giants, and that's Jeremy Affeldt.
How you doing?
How you doing? God bless you.
Good.
How's it feel to be a member of the San Francisco Giants?
Feels good, man. I think we're going to have a good time, and I think it's going to be a fun time out on the field, and I'm looking forward to getting to know these guys and playing with them, so it'll be fun.
What is the fan fest where all the fans can come out and ask you questions and ask for autographs? What's it mean to a ball player like yourself?
Well, I think it just allows, everybody to get to know us, especially when you're new to the team, new to the city. It allows people to get to know you, kind of get a feel for who you are, your personality, and stuff like that. So it's been fun today, and coming out here, and we did a ton of pictures and a ton of autographs, and it's been a fun gig overall.
And there's another picture right there.
Yeah.
Jeremy, where are you originally from?
I'm from Spokane, Washington right now. I'm a military kid, so I bounce all over. I don't have an original area anywhere. But I spent the last 15 years or so, 16 years in Spokane, Washington.
Spokane, Washington, right. Marianne, Spokane, Washington. There you go. Did you always want to become a Major League Baseball? I mean, was you always a gifted athlete growing up? Let's start there.
Yeah, I did okay with sports. Kind of had baseball as natural to me, and And
Maybe a little basketball too.
little basketball, yeah. But then about 12 years old, or is when I first started thinking about major leagues, and dream probably came true quicker than I thought it would, and very blessed to be here and still be here.
What do you think about AT&T Park?
Beautiful, good pitcher's park.
Good Pitchers Park, yes. And when they first built the thing, I thought the balls would just fly out of here, but it's not the case. I mean,
Yeah, it didn't go as far. Plus, if you have an outfield that can run down some balls, it's a pretty good place to pitch, and you want to pound the strike zone. You don't want to be afraid to throw strikes to anybody.
you were one of the early signings of the San Francisco Giants. Right after the season, it looked like when the free agents were being signed, you signed very early. I mean, was there a reason for that? This is where you wanted to be? And
I think it just happened to be a great place to play. You know, I was here in this division with the Rockies, so been in this division, been in this ballpark quite a bit. I've always liked it.
Yeah.
Great,
Is that a fact?
great place to play, great place to pitch, good city. Geographically, for me also, it's direct flight from my wife and my son.
That's true.
So everything kind of worked out. It kind of all the puzzle pieces fell together, and we're having a good time. And now I'm here, and hopefully be here for 2 years at least, maybe more.
Well, now the Giants, it looks like their pitching is a strength with 3 Cy Young winners with the addition of Randy Johnson as a free agent. What do you look at the Giants finishing up in the National League West? Because San Diego is pretty well not doing very much, and there's Colorado. The Dodgers are spinning the wheels. It looks like the National League West is wide open.
Yeah, I think it's open. I think Mr. Sabian's done a great job of
Yes.
putting together a team here. He's been the most active of all the teams in the division. Hopefully, we can sneak in here and take it. I think it's definitely a winnable division.
I think the only thing I can see is maybe one more pop in the lineup, because I think pitching is a strength. You got great up in the middle, great addition to the bullpen, and just you. Now let me ask you this question: would you rather? Now this is a question: would you rather start, middle relief, or close out a game if you had your choice?
Oh man, I mean, closing's the best job in the world. Brian obviously is.
Brian's pretty good at it, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a keeper. So. Yeah, man, I think just for me, I've had a lot of success in the back end of the bullpen, so that's kind of where you want to go, is where you have had your most success. I've tried starting, and I've had mixed success and failures there, but I think overall the back end is where I'm probably meant to be.
Jeremy, when a guy comes out like yourself or Brian Wilson, I mean, before Brian Wilson comes to the game, and you have the game on your shoulders, there's a nerve strike, or there's adrenaline take over. How does the pressure with you?
Well,
you always handle it very well.
For me, the pressure makes me focus. So I have better focus during pressure situations. I enjoy them, and so you hand me the ball. I'm expected to do a job. I expect myself to do the job, and so I hope to do it here and have a fun time. If Wilson gets the ball quite a bit, I think we did our jobs. Me and Howard.
That's true. That's true, and that's the whole ideal while you're over here, I believe. Now Wilson, the guy coming in, he closes out the games. Now, what if they wanted to give Wilson the day off? I don't know. You're not the manager, so you don't know who they would choose to pitch. You think you may go in the ninth inning here and there?
Oh man, I'm sure. You pitch really, really well in the back end, and Bochy's got a lot of faith where he's, hopefully, there's several of us down there where Bochy feels if he needs to give Wilson a day off to protect him, he feels like he'll have several options to go to, and I hope I'm one of them, But hopefully he won't need that many days off. But if he does, hopefully we can pick up for him and not give the team a scare by him not being in there. Hopefully we can all do our job.
Is he good to play for?
Who?
Bochy?
Oh man, from what I've heard.
Players manager.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Well, one final question. Now, I know you don't like to maybe goals for yourself, but what do you like to see yourself accomplish in 2009 as an individual? I know what the Giants, of course, the playoffs. We're hoping for that, but
playoffs. I think individual for me is I hope my holds are up and my inherited runners scored are down, and those are the 2 stats I look at in the bullpen, and so I hope if I do that and get the ball as many times to Wilson as I possibly can.
All right. Thank you very much, Jeremy.
Man.
And God bless you, and welcome to the San Francisco Giants. Let's take a picture there. Hey, I want to thank our guests once again for making this show possible today. The members of the San Francisco Giants. Thank you, gentlemen, and good luck on your second half as you push for the playoffs in 2009. And this, your host and producer, say goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord always take a liking to you. Till next time, happy trails. Don't forget our website, jeffstartalk.com. Email any questions or comments to jeffstartalk@yahoo.com. Goodbye, everybody.